Goal line to start the game. So we're just about ready to start here, as the Lee Academy coach will receive the football and defend the south end zone. I see my brother Freddie Britt down there, probably the first game he's been to at Lee Academy since he graduated in 1971. But it's really good to see him and his young son Adam here tonight. See Coach Robert Froust in the stands tonight.
Coach Froust is here. Dr. Marley's here. We see Dr. Marley sitting down there.
So the Lee Academy coach will get their kick receiving team onto the football field. And we'll get Bradley Gordon and Wayne Bolin as they'll get for the Colts. Starkville Academy's kick team has yet to come on the football field. It's going to be a good game tonight, Rich. I just got a feeling.
It's going to be a great game tonight.
Since I picked that one last week so good, I know that everybody really be glad that.
You know, you never did let me finish that explanation last week, Albert. You kind of heard my radio, but that's okay.
Well, I promise you I won't call you a moron again because Jane got mad at me. Starkville Academy's number 80 has the football teed up at the 40. That's Ryan Smith. They got it teed up in the center of the field. And Wayne Bolin and Bradley Gordon will be standing at about the 10-yard line to receive this kick. As we're awaiting the referee's whistle to get the football game underway. Golly, this is the slowest moving referee bunch I've ever seen in my life.
Albert, we don't talk about the officials.
Ryan Smith's got it teed up at the 40. Bolin Brad about the 15-yard line. Referee Emmett Simpson blows his whistle, and Smith gets the kick away, and it's going to sail over Wayne Bolin's head to the 5-yard line. He's going to pick it up at the 5 and come right back up the middle, and he's into the out over the 30-yard line to the 35, and he was just a step away from breaking that one all the way. As good blocking up front by the Lee Academy forward wall. John Martin Harris, Chris Rively, Eric Williams all doing a good job. And the Lee Academy coach take over first down and 10 yards to go from their own 35-yard line. Football game is just underway. Matt Sanders leads the offensive line out, and Jason Graber goes wide to the left. Tyner's in the slot to the left. And out of the I formation deep. And Shannon Hood close. Now we shift into a split backfield, and we're going to be in motion as Chase didn't give his backs time to get set. As he was checking off to the look-in pass to Cooper Tyner. And he shifted his backs into the split backfield and didn't give him a chance to get set. So the guilty of an lift, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the good guys, and will back the football up to the 30.
Well,
if they take the penalty. Illegal shift against Lee Academy is declined.
Gonna take, man.
Thought that was a dead ball foul, and they had stopped the play, but apparently they didn't. So second down and 10 yards to go now for the Lee Academy coach. I'm not sure that's what Starkville Academy coach wanted to do then. But Preston Fraser checks into the football game for the coach, Brandon Tyner. And Matt Sanders leads the offensive line out. Rebs and Joey Spinks and Jonathan Poole, Richard Lewis and Scott Flowers. Preston Fraser's wide to the left and Graber's wide to the right. And sprinting out to the left to throws Maxey, throws it complete to tight end Flowers, and Flowers has got the first down, but he retreated a little bit and run the football to the 43-yard line and going to bring up third down and about 2. So tight end Scott Flowers is catching his first pass of the night. And the Colts are faced now with third down and 2 yards to go. Cooper Tyner checks into the football game for Preston Fraser. Pretty good crowd on hand from Starkville on the other side.
Yes, it is.
As we see
we can say that's a long trip, can't we, Albert?
We absolutely can. We see the people from REA over there working on the lights, so maybe we'll have some lights here in a minute. On third down, and a little less than 2, actually, Chase Maxey is going to give the football to Turman, and Turman's not going to get the first down, as he's not short of the first yardage. Actually might have lost a yard, and brings up fourth down now and a good 2 yards. 10:20 to go in the first period of play. Lee Academy gets their kick team onto the football field, and Starkville Academy will get number 5. That's James Lake with number 33. Jason Peterson back to receive Matt Sanders' punt, and they're standing at about the 25-yard line. Jack Laney is the snapper. Matt Sanders is the punter. He's standing at his own 30. Awaiting the snap, gets a high snap and fumbles it, but he's going to get it and going to get it away, and it's going to be blocked. by Starkville Academy, and they're going to fall on it inside of Lee Academy territory at the 44-yard line. So lightning has struck the Lee Academy Colts early in the football game as Matt Sanders was unable to pull the high snap down and had the punt blocked, and Starkville Academy takes over, first down and 10 yards to go from the Lee Academy 43-yard line.
The exchange from the center to the punter has not been exceedingly well this year, Albert. That's about 3 or 4 times that the ball has really
sailed high.
Ahead.
To be honest with you, that's the ball he probably should have caught, though. High formation for Starkville Academy, wide receivers right and left, and they're going to give the football to the tailback, and he's going to hit a stone wall. Richard Lewis is going to throw number 33, Jason Peterson, going to tackle him, maybe a gain of a yard on the play. Let's give him no gain on the play, make it 2nd and 10. 9:16 to go in the first quarter of the football game, no score. Lee Academy defense having to bow up early here as Starkville Academy's blocked a punt on Lee Academy's first possession. Receivers right and left for Starkville Academy now out of the I formation, and they're going to give the football to the tailback again, and he's not going to get much as the Lee Academy Colts, led by, let's see who gets up off the bottom of that pile, number 59, Lewis again, along with number 50, Bradley Rybolt in there for the Colts. Gain of a yard on the play, 3rd down and 9. So, Twice told me this Starkville was going to line up right out, and if the first 2 plays this football game are an indication, that's exactly what they're going to try to do. On 3rd and 9 with 2 wide receivers, they're going to run the option. They're going to pitch it out here to number 35, and he's going to get into the secondary, and he's going to get inside the 10-yard line to about the 6. Well, Academy runs the option, and number 30, that's Brandon Reedus, runs the football from Lee Academy's 42-yard line down to about the 7, and Starkville Academy have it first down and goal to go from 7-yard line. They caught Lee Academy in a defense that they could run back to the weak side and picked up great yardage. First down and goal to go for Starkville Academy from Lee Academy's 7. Quarterback for Starkville Academy is Jonathan Wilson. Did a good job on the option then, and they're going to give the football to number 33, and he's going to run into the end zone down. 7-yard run by number 3, Jason Peterson, and Starkville Academy on top 6-0 to get the football game underway with 8:02 to go in the first quarter. That made that look easy, Rich.
Well, the last 2 plays made it look easy. The first 2 plays we held them, but the last 2 just 30 for a touchdown.
Starkville Academy will attempt the extra point here. Number 80, that's the big tight end, Ryan Smith. He's the kicker, a left-footed kicker. As they're awaiting the snap. Snap is back, good snap. But there's a flag on the play. So the kick was good, but the play was stopped. Illegal procedure against Starkville will back the Volunteers up 5 yards. And will now make this about a 24-yard extra point now, as they're going to tee the football up probably at the 14-yard line. The holder for Starkville Academy is number 4, Jonathan Wilson. Ryan Smith getting ready to kick. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Starkville Academy leads 7-0 with 8:02 first quarter. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football. Bradley Gordon runs the kickoff of Ryan Smith, received it at about his 10-yard line and runs the football out to the 34. Lee Academy takes over, first down and 10 yards to go from their own 34-yard line, and they trail actually for the first time this year 7-0 with 7:53 to go in the first. Lee Academy breaks huddle. Cooper Tyner's wide to the right, Jason Graber's wide to the left, and Hood is close, and Chris Terman's deep out of the I formation, and Maxey, looking at a 4-man Starkville Academy front, is barking out his signals, and he's going to sprint out to the right to throw and get protection, and throws the football complete and dropped. Scott Flowers had it for a minute, but number 7 for Starkville Academy Jason Murkowski came up, enjoyed the football loose, and makes it 2nd down and 10 yards to go for the Lee Academy Colts.
I tell you, 3 times we've thrown the ball so far, Albert, the receiver has been pretty wide open.
Jason Graber goes wide to the left for the Colts. Bradley Gordon is in the football game at 1 wide receiver to the right. We've been running a reverse out of this all year long. Let's see what we do here. Is there in a 4-man front. Maxey may be checking off. He goes straight back to throw. Throws it out here again to Scott Flowers. This time Scott Flowers catches the football, runs out to the 45-yard line, and has first down yardage. So apparently Lee Academy spotted something in this defense that Starkville Academy is running, and we're going to utilize our tight end tonight, as tight end Scott Flowers has caught 2 passes in the first quarter. 7:22 to go in the first quarter. Starkville Academy is on top, 7-0. We need to see what the Colts can do here if we can battle back. We hadn't been behind all year, so we'll kind of see what we made out of here. Cooper Tyner goes wide to the left. Jason Graber's wide to the right. And Shannon Hood's close. Chris Turman's deep out of the eye. And Chase Maxey on 1st down and 10 yards to go from his own. Starkville Academy is going to jump off sides into the neutral zone. That'll be a 5-yard penalty against Starkville. And to bring up a 1st and 5 for the Lee Academy Colts as the football moves to midfield. So 1st down and 5 yards to go for the Colts. And Matt Sanders leads the offensive line out. 7:22 to go in the first. Cooper Tyner goes wide to the left. Ivy Dees is wide to the right now. And Hood's close, and Chris Turman's deep out of the eye. Tight end Scott Flowers is lined up on the left. Looking at a 4-man front now for Starkville Academy. Actually using only 2 down linemen. They look the offside. And here's a handoff to Turman, who's going to get into the secondary, make a good move, and going to get 1st down yardage over the inside of Starkville Academy's 45-yard line down to about the 44. So good running by junior running back Chris Turman. Runs the football, picks up 6. He only needed 5 for the 1st down. 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Colts, as the Colts have made 2 successive 1st downs now. Jason Graber's back into the football game for the Colts, taking out Ivy Dees. Pretty good crowd on hand for the Lee Academy Colts tonight also. And we have a timeout on the field. This is the heat timeout. 7:05 to go in the first quarter. No, we have an equipment timeout. I'm sorry. Youngster had to run to the sidelines to get some equipment repaired. Lee Academy coach thought they were calling the heat timeout, but they didn't. Split backfield with wide receivers on each side. And Maxey under the center, straight back to throw, is going to be sacked. Out of the Lee Academy territory at the 48-yard line. Number 80, Ryan Smith. And John Layton in there doing a good job for Starkville Academy. Loss of about 6 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 16 yards to go.
I really couldn't tell what that was going to develop into. It looked like
that was going to be a down out. That was a stop-and-go pattern, what they were trying to run, but it just didn't have enough time to pull it off.
They just folded in on them.
Jason Graber to the left. Preston Fraser's wide to the right. And either split backfield again, looking at a 4-man front for the Starkville Academy Volunteers, as they're blitzing on almost every single play. Maxey, straight back to throw, going to set up a little screen over here. And he's in a lot of trouble, and he's just going to throw it away, and that's a smart play by Chase. Trying to set a screen up to Shannon Hood. And Starkville Academy read it well and brings up yards to go.
Well, they're going to have to do something to kind of take the edge off of that blitzing that's going on, Albert. A little quick trap will do that a lot of times, you know it.
Cooper Tyner checks into the football game for the Colts. Preston Fraser comes out. On 3rd down and 16 yards to go now for the Colts. We break huddle and send Jason Graber wide to the left. Cooper Tyner's wide to the right. And out of the I formation, Chase Maxey is under the center, sprints out to the right to throw. Looking for his tight end. Now he's going to run the football and going to get back inside of Starkville Academy territory at about the 48-yard line. Pickup of about 3 on the play, but it's going to bring up 4th down and about 13 yards to go. So the Colts are forced to punt again, and Starkville Academy gets number 33, that's Jason Peterson, and number 5, John Layton deep. Matt Sanders will be punting, and Jack Laney will be snapping. tried was blocked. And Sanders needs to get a good punt away. Gets a good snap this time. Gets the kick away. It's an end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce at Starkville Academy's 20. And they're going to let it bounce, and it's going to be down by the Lee Academy coach at about Starkville Academy's 18-yard line. So Lee Academy goes on defense. Starkville Academy goes on offense. Starkville's got it first down and 10 yards to go from their own 18. They lead in the football game 7-0 with 5:17 to go in the first quarter. And there's your heat timeout this time. Officials timeout on the field, 5:17 to go in the first quarter. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy. Starkville Academy breaks the huddle with wide receivers right and left and out of the I formation. The quarterback, Wilson's going to run a pitch sweep to 35, and he's not going to get much as the Lee Academy coach. They're going to knock him down. Led by number 88, Scott Flowers, number 66, Matt Sanders. Number 35, got to get that youngster's name, Brandon Radis, picks up about 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. And the football is right on the 20-yard line. 4:51 to go in the first quarter. Clock is moving. Lee Academy coach behind for the first time this year, 7-0. Starkville Academy's quarterback is Wilson, and he's going to run a pitch sweep this way, and the youngster's going to cut back, but not going to get but about a yard. As Richard Lewis, along with Stony Stonestreet, doing a good job for the Lee Academy coach, knock number 33, that's Jason Peterson, down. Kerry Middleton comes out of the football game for the Colts now. He's getting action for the first time this year after hurting his knee in the jamboree. 3rd down and 7 yards to go now for Starkville Academy. Last time on 3rd down, they ran the option for 49 yards. So let's see what they do here. As Wilson is going to run a look-in pass. It's going to be dropped. Number 7, Jason Mikowski, and Jason Graber came up and really put a good hit on him and knocked the football loose. So Starkville Academy is forced to punt. Lee Academy should get good field position here, as the Lee Academy defense did a good job that time. And Bradley Gordon, along with Wayne Bolin, get deep, and they'll be standing just inside Lee Academy territory at about the 45-yard line. And number 80, Ryan Smith, will do the punting. We need a bad snap here now. They get a good one. And Smith's going to get the kick away. And it's going to be a driving spiral kick that's going to drive Wayne Bolin back, and Wayne Bolin's just going to have to fall on the football at the 35-yard line. Football, I think it was kicked a little harder than Wayne thought it was, sailed over his head, but the Colts get pretty good field position. 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 30.
Tell you what, about a 45-yard punt that time, Albert. Not a bad punt for
Ryan Smith.
High school ball.
Number 80, the kicker for Starkville Academy. Colt offense now needs to get moving. I believe we're going
to score this time.
I believe we're going to try to run on these guys this time, Rich. Split backfield, wide receiver to the right and to the left for the Colts. 4-man front for Starkville Academy, as they're showing a blitz every single time up there. And Maxie seems to be chasing up. And we're going to give the football on the dive to Shannon Hood, and Hood's not going to get anything, as they're going to tackle him for no gain at the 35-yard line. Starkville Academy's defense is doing a good job so far, thwarting the Lee Academy offense.
Thwarting.
Thwarting.
Thwarting. That's a pretty good word for you.
3:10 to go in the first quarter of play. Colts behind 7-0. Preston Fraser goes wide to the left. Jason Graber is going to go wide to the right. Tight end Scott Flowers is going to line up on the left. And Hood and Terman are in the I formation behind Maxie on 2nd down and 10 yards to go, trying to draw Starkville off sides. And there's a handoff to Terman, and Terman is going to lose yardage back inside the 35-yard line to about the 33. So they're doing something up front that's got us confused. I can tell you that right now, because that guy wasn't even blocked as he came in and threw Chris Terman for a loss of about 2 on the play. Loss of 1 on the play, let's call it. 3rd down and 11. Jason Graber checks out of the football game for the Colts. We'll see who's replaces him. That's Ivy D's in the football game. And the Colts out of the I formation, looking at a 4-man front, is going to run the trap to Shannon Hood, and Hood is going to get out over the 35-yard line, just going to get 3 or 4 yards on the play, bring up another 4th down. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Colts are going to be forced to punt again. And Matt Sanders will be standing at about his 25-yard line. Jack Laney will be snapping. And number 33, Peterson, along with number 5, Layton, will get deep, and they're standing just inside their own 30-yard line. We need a good kick here. Gets a good snap, and Sanders gets the kick away. It might have been blocked again, partially blocked, and the football is just going to barely get inside of Starkville Academy's territory at the 42-yard line. And that's where Starkville Academy will take over. First down and 10 yards to go from their own 42. Looked like a guy got a hand on that again, didn't it, Richard?
I don't know, 23-yard punt. Not a good sign.
Number 80 got a hand on it, I think. That's Ryan Smith, that big tight end. Colt defense going to be called on again to stop Starkville Academy. Wilson leads the offense up for Starkville Academy as they send wide receivers to both sides and out of the I formation, looking at Lee Academy's 5-man front. Wilson is going to give the football to the fullback, and right up the middle he goes, and he gets inside of Lee Academy territory at about the 48-yard line before Jason Graber knocks him down very close to first down yardage. That's Peterson, the big fullback. Starkville Academy doing a good job up front, Rich.
They really are. They're taking the charge
yes,
in the front lines right now.
Picked up exactly 10 yards. First down and 10 yards to go for Starkville Academy from Lee Academy's 48-yard line. And the green and white, you better buckle up here. I formation now for Starkville Academy. Wide receivers to both sides. And Wilson's under the center, straight back in the pocket to throw. Throws it's going to be caught by the big tight end, Smith, inside of Lee Academy's 40-yard line at about the 38 or the 39. Very close to first down yardage again with 1 minute to go in the first quarter.
I believe this is going to be just a little bit short.
And it's a first down for Starkville Academy as they have it first down and 10 yards to go.
First down.
From Lee Academy's, let's call it the 38-yard line. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. And the Colts are in a lot of trouble. 5-man front for the Colts. And Wilson's under the center. Out of the I formation, gives the ball to the big fullback again. And he's knocked down by Matt Sanders and Richard Lewis. Clay Dabbs in there for the Colts. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Make it 2nd and 7. Clock is running with 40 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Stark was working very quickly on the offense. They're not staying in the huddle very long at all. And out of the I formation again, quarterback Wilson. Straight back in the pocket to throw again. Getting pressure. Throws it's going to be short. Intended for number 7 over there, I think. No, that's number 10, number 11. That's Bradley McKenzie. And brings up 3rd down and 7 yards to go now for Starkville Academy Volunteers from Lee Academy's 35-yard line. Coach been unable to generate any offense almost whatsoever tonight. Starkville Academy on 3rd and 7. Big play here for the Colt defense as they split their backs for the first time tonight. And Starkville Academy is going to call timeout with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Timeout on the field. Lee Academy Colts trail 7-0. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football. Third down and 7 yards to go for the Starkville Academy Volunteers from Lee Academy's 35-yard line. Jonathan Wilson's under the center with wide receivers both ways out of the I formation. Straight back in the pocket to throw. Going to set a screen up over here, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. The Colts are all over him. Let me get that youngster that comes up off the bottom of the pile. I believe that's Richard Lewis. No, it is number 50, Bradley Rybolt. So a good job by the sophomore defensive tackle, Bradley Rybolt, reading the screen. And Starkville Academy is forced into a punting situation. Loss of about 5 on the play brings up 4th and 12 as the first quarter comes to an end. We're going to give it right back to you, Marshall. First quarter's over. Colts trail 7-0. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football.
Look at that punt.
Get in the end zone.
It's not going to make it. On the 1.
Ryan Smith's punt is down at just inside the 1-yard line, and Starkville Academy will go on defense And the Lee Academy coach are in a lot of trouble now as they're backed up in the shadow of their own goal line. As we're waiting the Lee Academy offense to get in the football game, we get our second tight end with our 2 wishbone backs in the game, which means the coach will be out of the wishbone formation. And we got 99 yards, 2 feet and 8 inches to go for a touchdown. We are close to our goal line. Second quarter just underway, and we're going to be out of the wishbone formation. And Chase Maxey with Hood close, and Bradley Gordon and Eric Williams deep out of the wishbone. If we could pop one here, we'd go a long way. Shannon Hood runs the football out to about the 4-yard line, gives us a little bit of breathing room. Coach faced with second down about 6. So Starkville was up there close. If the Colts had a pop one free, they could have done a little damage that time. Kerry Middleton gets into the football game for the Colts, replacing Preston Fraser at one of the tight end positions. Good to see Kerry Michael Middleton back, or Beef as he's known to the football team out here. Coach Ray Cuttle still in the wishbone formation with Middleton and Scott Flowers, the tight end. And Chase Maxey looking at a 4-man front still for Starkville Academy. They're still walked up there very close, and we're going to give the football to Williams, and Williams is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Number 33, Jason Peterson, up on the stop for Lee Academy, along with number 11, Brad McKenzie. Gain of about a half a yard on the play, make it second down and 6 yards to go with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half of the football game. Coach trails 7-0. And you can tell by looking at Coach Weiss out there that he's not a very happy camper. Matt Sanders leads the offensive line out, and Chase Maxey with his backs in a wishbone formation. Bradley Gordon and Eric Williams are about 2 yards deep in the end zone. And Maxey on 3rd down and 6 is going to run a pitch sweep to Williams. Williams looking for a block, gets out to about the 8 or 9 yard line before he's knocked down by Starkville Academy's number 35. That's Brandon Reedus. And the Colts on 4th down and about 2 yards to go now will punt out of their own end zone. Colts have it 4th down and about 3 from their own 8-yard line. Jack Laney will snap. Matt Sanders will kick. Colt defense is going to be called on here to stop Starkville because they're going to get good field position. And Jack Laney will be the snapper. Sanders gets a good snap, drops it again, and gets the kick away. And it's a low line drive kick. It's going to be fair caught at Lee Academy's 35-yard line by number 5, John Layton. So Starkville Academy will take over 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 35-yard line. And Matt's having a little trouble handling the snaps out there tonight. That one hit him right in the hands.
Right. Just hit him in the hands and he dropped the ball. Colts really have to stiffen up now, Albert.
Colt defense is called on here to stop Starkville Academy. 9:08 to go in the first half of the football game. Starkville's in business in Lee Academy's territory at the 35. Wilson looking at a 5-man Lee Academy front. Is going to run the option pitch, is going to pitch the football to number 35, and Eric Williams is going to run him down, but he's not before he picks up about 2 or 3 yards. Eric Williams, along with Bradley Gordon, making the stop for the Colts. Pickup of about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
I'll tell you, Reedus at 195 runs the ball well, and he's pretty hard bag of mail to bring down. Eric rode him for a couple of yards.
Starkville Academy breaks huddle in the I formation. Wide receivers right and left. And Wilson is going to throw a look-in pass. Going to be caught by the big tight end. He's inside of Lee Academy's 25-yard line, inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 16 or the 17-yard line before he's brought down by Bradley Gordon, along with Cooper Towner. Richard Lewis is going to get into the football game for the Colts, bring out Bradley Rabo. And Starkville Academy has it 1st down and 10 yards to go from Lee Academy's 17-yard line. Time for the defense to step forward now. And out of the I formation, Starkville is going to run the option again, but he's going to be brought down. Jack Laney did a good job there, tackling quarterback Jonathan Wilson before he had a chance to pitch the ball. Loss of about 4 on the play, 2nd down and 14 yards to go. So Jack Laney, just when we called for the defense to step forward, makes a good play. Jack Laney injured a little bit last week, had a little fluid on the knee. Dr. Fields has given him the okay to play, and he's out there tonight and made a good play. I formation for Starkville. Wide receivers on both sides. On 2nd down and 14, quarterback's back to throw. Throws it out here complete to number 7. That's Mikowski. And it's going to be short of the first down yardage. Youngster shaken up for Starkville Academy. Timeout is on the field on behalf of a Starkville Academy youngster. As he was shaken up, can't tell who it is.
I'm going to tell you, the Colts on their pass rush are putting a pretty good pass rush on Wilson. But
he made a good throw that time.
He absolutely made an excellent throw that time as a receiver wide open.
As they are attending the youngster for Starkville Academy on the other side of the field.
Who was that down? Is that Reedus?
I don't know. I can't tell, but it's youngster is shaken up. It seems to be a leg injury. The legs don't look big enough to be Reedus's legs.
No, they don't, but I was looking for the taped shoes. I don't see the taped shoes out there anywhere.
I see the quarterback still standing. I see number 33, Peterson, still standing. But a nice throw and a catch by the Starkville Academy Volunteers, and they pick up about 11 or 12 on the play. It is number 35 that's shaken up on the play.
Yeah.
That's Reedus, and he's going to walk off under his own power. And the Colts now will try to stop a 3rd down and 2 yard to go situation for the Starkville Academy Volunteers. And Starkville's looked pretty good.
Starkville has looked real good.
Coach Weiss told me this morning they were the best team that we will have played, including Jackson Academy. And so far, that's held true. As they break huddle and send wide receivers of both sides. And out of the I formation, Wilson's under the center on 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And they're going to give the football to the big fullback, Peterson. He's going to fumble it. And the Starkville Academy Volunteers have fallen on it. Good gracious alive, we can't get a break. Starkville Academy recovers the fumble inside of Lee Academy's 5-yard line and have 1st down and goal to go. Jonathan Poole checks into the football game for the Colts as an extra defensive lineman. Cooper Tyner's out. We'll get in our goal line defense with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half of the football game. Colt defense needs to step forward here now on 1st and goal from the 3. The tailback is number 5. That's Layton. And Wilson is going to give the ball to the fullback again. He's going to get close to the goal line. They're just knocking us off the ball, Rich.
Ain't no question about it. They're winning the battle of the trenches.
Pick up
about the 1 yard line.
Pick up of about 1 or 1.5 on the play. Let's call it 2nd down and goal to go from the 1. 6:47 to go in the first half of the football game. Colts in danger of falling behind 2 touchdowns. And out of the I formation again, Starkville's going to give the football to the fullback, and he's not going to get anything. And the Lee Academy Colts are going to recover this fumble.
There's a flag on the play, though.
But the only thing is was it a dead ball penalty? No, it's not. The Colts are going to recover the fumble. So the defense stepped forward that time. Matt Sanders and Bradley Rybo and Jack Laney recovered the fumble, and the Colts will take over. 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 5-yard line. Flag is waved off. Colts are going to have the football. So the Colts get Shannon Hood. Joey Spinks into the game. Cooper Tyner, Chris Turman, waiting on our quarterback Chase Maxey with a play from Coach Ricky Weiss. Big break for the Colts. Lots of times you see plays like that turn football games around. Colts better hurry. We got to get this. We want to get a delay of game penalty down here at our own 4.
That would be disastrous.
Colts break huddle. Send wide receivers both sides, Jason Graber and Cooper Tyner. And out of the I formation with Hood close and Chris Turman deep, Chase Maxey barking out his signals is going to give the football in the trap to Shannon Hood. And Shannon Hood's into the secondary, out over the 10-yard line to about the 14-yard line. Pickup of about 8 or 9 on the play, and Shannon Hood's getting up a little slow. And Shannon Hood is now shaken up, and timeout will be called on his behalf as he's getting up off the ground, trying to get up off the ground. Seems to be some injury to his left leg.
Our spotter in the
as up he gets. And he's going to come off under his own power. Probably just twisted his ankle a little bit. Lee Academy coach will get Eric Williams into the football game at the fullback position. And Shannon's coming off under his own power, which is good news for the Lee Academy Colt fans. Jason Graber goes wide to the left. Cooper Tyner goes wide to the right. And Eric Williams is now close, and Chris Terman's deep out of the eye, overlooking a four-man front for Starkville Academy. And we're going to give the football to the tailback, Terman, and Terman's going to be knocked down and not going to get the first down yardage. 5:32 to go in the first half of the football game as Chris was knocked down short of the first down yardage. And it's going to be 3rd down and 1 yard to go for the Lee Academy Colts. Preston Fraser checks into the football game for the Colts. Boy, we need this first down. 5:14 to go in the first half of the football game. Fraser goes wide to the right. Jason Graber is wide to the left. And out of the split backfield, Chase Maxey is looking at a four-man front, going to run a quarterback sneak right up the middle and going to get into the secondary out over the 25-yard line to about the 28 before he's knocked down by the Starkville Academy Volunteers. So Chase Maxey just saw an opening and took it right up the middle on the quarterback. Split backfield. Chase Maxey is looking at out over the 25-yard line to about the 28 before he's knocked down by the Starkville Academy Volunteers. So Chase Maxey just saw an opening and took it right up the middle on the quarterback sneak and almost broke it.
I'm going to tell you what, it's been there all night long, Albert. If you've been noticing that four-man front, they spread that four-man front way across the line and have a big gap right in the middle.
4:57 to go in the first half of the football game. Clock is running. Colts need to get some kind of offensive going here before halftime. Colts break huddle in the I formation. Graber's wide to the left. Cooper Tyner's wide to the right. And Max is going to run the trap to Eric Williams, and he's going to get out over the 30 to about the 32 before he's knocked down. Going to pick up about 3 yards on the play and make it 2nd and 7. Chuck Scott's not playing tonight for the Colts. Has a sprained foot. Phil Dodgell is on the injured reserve tonight also, as he has a cut or injury to his knee. Colts break huddle. Send Ivy D's wide to the left. Scott Flowers is going to be in the tight end lineup on the right-hand side, and Cooper Tyner's in the slot to the left. And out of the I formation, the handoff's going to be to Terman, and Terman's looking for one block. He gets it. He gets out over the 40, and is going to be knocked down at the 40, but he's going to have first down yardage before he's knocked down. And Cooper Tyner's in the slot to the left. And out of the I formation, the handoff's and is going to be knocked down at the 40, but he's going to have first down yardage before he's knocked down. And the Colts have picked up another first down and have it out just short of their own 40-yard line at the 39. Good bit of running by Chris Terman there. He was in kind of a precarious position there for a minute as a youngster had a hold of his jersey, and his back was to the playing field. And I know he could feel those Starkville Volunteers had a bead on his number there. But Chris Terman's tough enough to take it. Jason Graber goes wide to the right. Cooper Tyner's in the slot to the right. And once again out of the I formation, overlooking a four-man front, Chase Maxey has his tight end on the left side. And there's a flag on the play. I believe the coach lined up in the neutral zone. Scott Flowers, the left tight end, I'm afraid, lined up in the neutral zone. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Colts. Backs the football up to the 34. First down and 15 yards to go now for Lee Academy. Trailing 7-0 with 3:25 to go in a very fast-moving first half of football. Chase Maxey has wide receiver right, slot right now. And out of the eye on 1st and 15. He's going to give the ball on misdirection to Turman. And Turman is going to be tackled after a gain of about 3. Let's give him 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 12. Little misdirection out of the I formation. Little counter play. Clock is running with 2:50 to go in the first half. Colts break huddle. Send wide receivers to the right and to the left. Graber's wide right. Cooper Tyner's wide left. And they're showing blitz as the inside linebackers walking up there. And here they come. On the dive, we give the ball to Eric Williams, and Eric Williams gets out over the 40 to about the 30, to about the 42-yard line. Pick up about 4 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 8. 3rd down and 8 yards to go now for the Lee Academy Colts from their own 42-yard line. Big play here, Rich.
No question about it.
2 minutes to go in the first half of the football game. Looks like Shannon Hood is okay down there as we see him walking around. With wide receivers both sides out of the split backfield. Maxey straight back to throw. Throws it out here complete to Graber. And Graber is going to run the football and going to be knocked out of bounds very close to first down yardage. There's a flag on the play.
Well, I think he got first down yardage, but I'm afraid we're going to be guilty of holding there in the backfield. I'm not positive about it, but it looks like that's what it's going to be.
Holding against the Lee Academy Colts is the call. That'll be a 10-yard step off from the spot of the foul, and we'll back it up to about the 29-yard line. The Colts will have to get to the 48, so it'll make it 3rd down and 19 yards to go if they take the penalty.
Well, I know they're going to take this penalty. I don't think there's any question about that.
Well, stranger things than people from
Well, I know they're
Starkville,
from
Mississippi,
Starkville,
declining
but I
penalties
mean-
like this have happened, but we'll wait and see what happens. And it's going to be a 10-yard step off against the Colts. And going to be for holding, and backs the football up to the 28. They got to go to the 48 for a first down. So let's call it 3rd and 20. 3rd down and 20 yards to go. 1:47 to go in the first half. I would not want to be a Lee Academy Colt at the halftime talk with Coach Ricky Weiss, Coach Marty Bradshaw, Coach Cal Finney. Colts break huddle with an I formation. Eric Williams close, Turman deep. Out of the I. Maxey on 3rd and 20. Sprints out to the left to throw. Getting pressure. Going to throw the football deep down the field. Going to be caught and dropped. Caught and dropped by Jason Graber.
Another penalty on the play.
And we have another flag on the play. So we'll see what this call is. Holding against the Lee Academy Colts again. I'm sure that penalty will be declined and bring up 4th down. So the Lee Academy Colts will probably get their punting team onto the field with 1:20 to go in the first half.
I'm going to tell you, Albert, it would be tempting to me watching our punting game so far tonight to take this penalty and move the ball 10 yards further back. We've had 2 what we think are partially blocked. We've not had a very good punting night so far. I would be tempted to take it.
If it was more time than 1:20 to go in the first half, I may do it. Oh, they're set up pretty good for a fake on this right side over here, Rich. With 1:20 to go in the half. Snap is back. Sanders gets it. Gets the kick away. Gets a good kick away, and they're calling for a fair catch and going to make it at their own 41-yard line. And Starkville will take over, 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 41 with 1:15 to go in the first half and leading in the football game 7-0. Colt defense gets back into the football game. Jack Laney and Scott Flowers at the ends. Richard Lewis and Bradley Rybold at the tackles. Matt Sanders at the nose tackle. Stone Street and Dabbs at the inside linebackers. Tyner and Graber at the corners. Bradley Gordon at the free safety, and Eric Williams at the strong safety. Starkville breaks huddle out of the I formation with 1:15 to go in the half. Wide receivers both ways. And Wilson's going to run the option and going to pitch it out here to the tailback. And it looked like our cornerback was getting, our strong safety was getting clipped out there. But Eric Williams makes the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down and 10. 58 seconds, 57 seconds to go in the first half now. I'm sure Starkville will be content to let this clock run out. And they break the huddle, leading 7-0 in the football game. 40 seconds to go in the half, and Wilson going to give the football to the tailback, and he gets off right tackle and runs the football into Lee Academy's secondary out over the 45-yard line to about the 47 where he's knocked down. Clock is running with 27 seconds. That could be the last play of the first half. That's a pickup of about 6 on the play. Third down and 4. Third down and 4 yards to go now for Starkville Academy. And Wilson on the last play of the first half is straight back to throw. Throws the football deep downfield. It's going to be caught by number 7, Magowski, or whatever his name is. But he's going to be tackled by Jason Graber with 2 seconds to go in the first half. Flag on the play.
I think we're going to be called for interference, to tell you the truth.
Let's see what the call is here. I'm sure that play will be declined.
Yeah.
2 seconds to go in the first half, so the Colts have held on by a fingernail here tonight in the first half. We could very easily be behind 3 touchdowns.
I'm going to tell you, the Colts, it's holding
against Starkville Academy. Now, I'm going to tell you, if that official back there standing by that flag called offensive holding, that guy's got good eyes.
Well, that's the one that called it. He threw the flag.
Third down now with 2 seconds to go in the first half. That's a holding call against Starkville. So, don't understand that one.
Well, I'm going to tell you, a good home field clock operator, we'd have been at halftime by now.
That's right. Third down and 14 yards to go. And they're going to just fall on it to end the half. Lee Academy coach trailed at half, 7-0. Have not played well in the first half, Rich.
They have not. They're very lucky to be going into the halftime with only a 7-point deficit. Like you said, they could have been 2, possibly 3 touchdowns behind.
This is Lee Academy football. We go back to the station for our halftime show. Just about ready for football here as the coach trails 7-0. Yeah.
Why don't you take your little drink of Coca-Cola there, Albert, and kind of, rest and enjoy the second half.
Colts are trying to get fired up.
Do you think Larry could come back in here again and tell us something else we already knew?
Well, he's thrown all my rhythm off for the broadcast. I'm completely out of sync now. I was all ready to go, and he came in and interrupted us, and now I'm running on two left feet.
I know it. You like you need 4 size D's and you just have 3 of them. Huh?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Lee Academy coach will kick from the north to the south. Jason Graber will have the football teed up. Lee Academy coach kick coverage team comes onto the football field. See Jason Graber, Chris Turman, Wayne Bolin, Bubba Cheney, Jack Laney, Alan O'Brien, Stony Stone Street, John Martin Harris, Ivy Dees, and Chris Lively. So that's the kick team for the Lee Academy Colts as they get Reedus along with McKnight and Makowski deep. And Jason Graber will be doing the kicking out in O'Brien. We're counting the youngsters on the field, make sure we got 11. The way things are going tonight, we might not have a 9 out there. Jason Graber's got it teed up at the left hash mark. And Reedus is standing at about his 5, flanked by McKnight and Mikowski. The whistle blows, and Jason Graber approaches the football, and the second half is underway as it's a high kick. It's going to be fielded by Clayton at the 15-yard line, and back up the left side he comes, and he's going to be tackled at the 29-yard line by Joey Spinks, along with Chris Lively for the Lee Academy Colts, down doing a good job on kick coverage. The Starkville Academy takes over, first down and 10 yards to go from their own 29-yard line. And the Colts need something good to happen to them early here in the second half to try to get a little bit of intensity back in our football team. Starkville Academy breaks huddle with a wide receiver to the right and the left, and out of the I formation. Wilson's under the center, looking at Colts' 5-man front, and here's a pitch sweep and a fumble, and the Lee Academy Colts are going to fall on it. So Jack Laney recovers his second fumble of the night, and boy, just like we caught, like the Swami pulling something out of his hat, we asked for something good to happen to the Lee Academy Colts, and Jack Laney recovers his second fumble of the night, and the Lee Academy Colts take over first down and 10 yards to go from Starkville Academy's 24-yard line.
You did a good job there, old great Karnak.
Well, my rhythm's still off because of Larry Phillips, but I'm going to try to make it through this second half. First down and 10 yards to go. Jason Graber goes wide to the right. Cooper Tyner's wide to the left. And out of the split backfield with Shannon Hood back in the game, along with Chris Turman. Chase Maxey straight back to throw. Throws it out. Here's caught by Jason Graber down to about the 20-yard line. Going to be a pickup of about 4 on the play. Youngster almost batted that down for Starkville Academy.
Well,
might have missed it by about 3 centimeters.
I think he almost intercepted it by about 3 centimeters, tell you the truth.
Preston Frazier's back into the football game.
But he didn't.
Replacing Cooper Tyner for the Colts. Nice throw and a nice catch from senior quarterback Maxey to senior wide receiver Graber. Turman and Hood are split in the backfield behind Maxey. Tight end Flowers is lined up on the left-hand side. Now we shift into an I formation with Turman deep and Hood close and sprinting out to the left to throw. And out here complete to Scott Flowers. And Scott Flowers runs the football down to the 10-yard line before he's tackled by number 7. In the backfield behind Maxey. Tight end Flowers is lined up on the left-hand side. Now we shift into an I formation with Turman deep and Hood close and sprinting. Scott Flowers runs the football down to the 10-yard line before he's tackled by number 7, Jason Mikowski. And there's a flag on the play.
Looks like it's usually back where holding is.
So the Colts will be guilty of holding here probably.
That's about 3 holding penalties, if that is in fact what it is that we've had.
Holding against the Lee Academy Colts, and boy, that's a drive killer. Good gracious alive. That'll be a 10-yard step off from the spot of the foul. And that moves the football back to the 38-yard line.
I'm going to tell you, Albert, we've only had 5 penalties so far in this ball game, and 3 of them have been holding penalties.
The Colts have got to get to the 15-yard line for a first down, so it's second down. And math wasn't my good subject, but it's a long way. Straight back to throw. Out here complete to Graber. Graber's inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line before he's knocked. Yard line for a first down, so it's second down. And math wasn't my good subject, but it's a long way. Graber's inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line before he's knocked down. Pickup of about 10 on the play. And going to make it third down now. Third down and about 12 for the Lee Academy Colts from the Starkville Academy 27-yard line. Big play here. I'm sure the Colts will probably go for it on fourth down anyway, but the Colts have got basically 2 plays to pick up 12 yards. And Chase Maxey out of the I formation with Hood close and Chris Turman deep. Ivy D's wide to the left. Cooper Tyner's wide to the right on 3rd and 12. Maxey overlooking a 4-man front, sprints out to the right to throw, getting pressure, throws it out here incomplete, overthrown, intended for Cooper Tyner. And it's going to bring up fourth down and 12 now for the Lee Academy Colts. Tyner looked like he was open for a second. Football was overthrown just a little bit. And the Colts on 4th and 12 will get Bradley Gordon into the football game, along with Jason Graber at the wide receiver positions. So now this may be the spot we run the reverse right here, Rich.
Could be.
On 4th and 12. The Colts are going to break huddle. And we're going to send Jason Graber wide to the right. Bradley Gordon's wide to the left. And out of the I formation, Chase Maxey, looking over a 4-man front, is going to run the reverse to Bradley Gordon, and Gordon's trying to get to the corner, and Gordon is going to get to the corner, and he's going to get first down yardage.
Boy, he's close. He made it.
Boy, he got it though, I think,
Yes,
Rick.
sir.
And I formation, Chase Maxey, looking over a 4-man front, is going to run and Gordon's trying to get to the yardage.
Boy, he's close. He made it.
Boy, he got it though, I think,
Yes,
Rick.
sir.
And he got a great block downfield from Clay Dabbs, number 56. I mean, a super block. And the Lee Academy Colts
Picked up that first
are
down.
going to have first down yardage from Starkville Academy's 14-yard line. Bradley Gordon retreated ending up about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, running his heart out, trying to get to the corner. He got one block at the corner, and then Clay Dabbs flattened the free safety for Starkville Academy. And Lee Academy gets first down yardage, first down and 10 yards to go from the Starkville Academy 12-yard line. Got to punch it in here, Rich. 4-man front for Starkville, out of the I formation. Chase may be checking off, and he sprints out to the left to throw and throws it to the tight end. It's knocked down, almost intercepted. Number 7, Jason McCaskey, read the play perfectly. That's worked for us all night long, and McCaskey knocked it down and almost intercepted it. Second down and goal to go now. Second down and 10 yards to go from the 12-yard line. Preston Fraser checks into the football game for the Colts. On 2nd and 10, Jason Graber goes wide to the left. Preston Fraser will be in the slot to the left. Chris Turman's deep. Shannon Hood's close out of the eye, looking at a 4-man front. Linebackers look like they're coming this time too. Coach try to draw them all sides. It doesn't work. And there's a handoff to Chris Turman. Turman squeezes through a little hole in the defensive line and gets down to about the 6-yard line. Nifty bit of running that time by Chris Turman. Give him a gain of about, let's give him 8 on the play. 3rd and 2.
I tell you what, that was all Chris Turman, too, because he had very little room to run that time. Just an excellent job by Turman getting that ball 8 yards upfield.
At 5'7", 140, you don't need a lot of room to run.
Not
Preston
as much as
Fraser.
you do, huh?
That's right. Yeah. Preston Fraser's wide to the right. Ivy Dees is wide to the left on 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Out of the split backfield, Maxey is going to run a quarterback sneak right up the middle and going to get very close to 1st down yardage, and I think he's going to get it with 8:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Colts desperately need to get this touchdown on the boards and get back even in this football game. 1st down and goal to go now for the Lee Academy Colts. They've got it at the Starkville Academy 3-yard line. 8:40 to go, 8:41 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, it's just punch and drive time now.
Colts get their wishbone formation into the football game as we bring our 2nd tight end, Preston Fraser, and Shannon Hood will be close. Bradley Gordon and Eric Williams will be deep out of the wishbone formation on 1st down and goal to go from the 3. And Chase Maxey is going to give the football off right tackle to Gordon, and Gordon's going to get close to the goal line, but it's going to be short. Looks like by about a half a yard, and he almost made it.
Almost. Tripped up right at the very end there. Did a good job just kind of peeling on off the right side.
8:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Colts get Kerry Michael Middleton into the football game. He'll replace Preston Fraser at the 2nd tight end position with a play from Coach Ricky Weiss on 2nd down and goal to go. Less than a yard to go from the promised land for the Lee Academy Colts. Matt Sanders leads the offensive line out and out of the wishbone formation on 2nd down and less than a yard. I'd run right behind Clay Dabbs, I tell you. Out of the wishbone formation. Maxey going to give the football to the fullback, and he's not going to get it.
He might have lost a half a yard or a yard.
And Starkville Academy, out of that stunt, out of that 4-man goal line front again, basically an 8-man front that they're running up there, stopped the fullback Shannon Hood. Might have gained about an inch. 3rd down and less than a yard to go and goal to go.
Going to go wide.
Big play here for the Lee Academy Colts. As Matt Sanders leads the 2 tight end offensive line up and out of the wishbone. Chase Maxey on 3rd down and less than a yard and goal to go is going to give the football to Williams, and Williams is going to score. Eric Williams scores Lee Academy's 1st touchdown of the night off left tackle. The Lee Academy Colts get their extra point kicking unit onto the field to kick this all-important extra point. Chase Maxey will hold. Jason Graber will kick. Jack Laney will snap. Good job that time by the offensive front for Lee Academy. As Graber will attempt to tie this football game up with 6:59 to go in the 3rd quarter. Snap is back. The kick is up. The kick is
good.
Good. Lee Academy 7, Starkville Academy 7. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football. Number 7, Mikowski, fumbles the football, and the Lee Academy Colts are going to fall on it.
All right.
Mikowski received the kickoff, the opening kickoff of the 2nd half, and fumbled it, and the Lee Academy Colts fell on it. Who got it? Alan O'Brien? I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell you.
Alan O'Brien made the hit. I'll tell you that right now, and that's a foul. Academy Colts are going to fall on it.
All right.
Mikowski received the kickoff, the opening kickoff of the 2nd half, and fumbled it, and the Lee Academy Colts fell on it. Who got it? Alan O'Brien? I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell you.
Alan O'Brien made the hit. I'll tell you that right now. And that's a fired-up youngster on the sidelines as the Colts are in business again. 1st down and 10 yards to go from Starkville Academy's 33-yard line. And we have an official timeout for the Heat. Time out on the field. Lee Academy coach have tied it.
Has some heat
This
out
is
there, all
Lee
right.
Academy football. Ensuing kickoff after their first touchdown of the night, and we're in business. First down and 10 yards to go from Starkville Academy's 32-yard line. Out of the I formation with Jason Graber wide to the right, Cooper Tyler in the slot to the right, and Maxey barking out his signals is going to give the football to Turman, and Turman's going to cut back inside the 30, and there's a flag on the play.
I hope it's not holding again.
Holding against the Lee Academy coach.
That's 4 out of 6 holding.
So I don't know what the Lee Academy Colts are doing out there, but Emmett Simpson will probably see something he doesn't like. And the Colts are going to negate a pretty good gain by junior running back Chris Turman, and they're going to penalize us 10 yards from the 32 back to about the 42. And the Colts have got to get to the 22-yard line for the first down. So it's first down and 20 yards to go for the Lee Academy Colts. Clock is running with 6:40 to go in the third quarter. And Colts break huddle.
Boy, I think we ought to go deep, Albert.
We got single coverage out here on Jason Graber. And here's the trap to Hood. And Hood's going to battle and going to get maybe 1 or 2 yards up to the 40-yard line before he's knocked down by the interior of the Starkville Academy line. And the Colts break huddle, and this is about the time in the football game, all three games where the Colts' depth has taken over this year, Rich.
It really has.
And the Colts break huddle, and this is about the time in the football game, all
It really has.
And we'll see what happens here as we get Eric Williams into the football game, replacing Shannon Hood. And the Colts send Preston Frazier wide to the left. Jason Graber's wide to the right. And Williams is close, and Chris Turman's deep. Out of the eye, overlooking a four-man front. Chase Maxey barking out his signals. They're showing blitz, and Maxey sprints out to the right to throw, getting protection, throws it complete. Out here to Jason Graber. And Graber's going to fumble the football, and Starkville's going to get on it. Good gracious alive. Jason Graber had it. Chase Maxey barking out his signals. They're showing blitz, and Maxey sprints out to the right to throw. Jason Graber, and Graber's going to fumble the football, and Starkville's going to get on it. Good gracious alive. Jason Graber had first down yardage inside of Starkville Academy's 20, and fumbled the football, and Starkville's going to fall on it. So a good throw and a good catch from Maxey to Graber. Jason was just unable to hang on to it. And Starkville Academy takes over first down and 10 yards to go from their own 17-yard line. So it's time for the defense to step forward again.
And make something else good happen.
Out of the I formation, Starkville Academy breaks the huddle. And Wilson's going to give the football to the fullback, and Clay Dabbs, along with Bradley Rybold, Matt Sanders, Richard Lewis, all stop Reedus. Pickup of about 2 on the play, second down and 8 yards to go. So momentum has swung in this football game, but the Lee Academy Colt defense needs to hold them one more time here and try to get good field position with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Out of the I formation on second down and 8, they're going to give the football to the tailback, Peterson, and he's going to come over the 20-yard line to the 21. And that's going to be a pickup of about 2 on the play. Going to make it third down and 6. Let's give him 3 on the play, make it third and 5. 4:39 to go in the third quarter. Score is tied 7-7 as the Colts recovered the kickoff on the first play. Recovered a fumble on the first offensive play of the second half, marched it in to score, recovered a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and then fumbled it right back. Third down and 5 yards to go for Starkville now. Colt defense needs to bow up here. Better watch the big tight end, number 80, as Wilson is going to throw the football, going to try to throw a fade pattern out here. It's going to be knocked down by Graber, and he should have had it.
Almost intercepted that time. Jason playing that defensive position well. Should have had that pass.
Good coverage by Jason Graber. Almost intercepted it, and the Colts will get Bradley Gordon and Wayne Bolin. Now we get Bradley Gordon who's going to come up and going to run up the center, so that means the Colts are going to try to block this kick. And Wayne Bolin will be standing at his own 40-yard line. So anytime Bradley Gordon walks up there behind that center, behind our nose tackle, he's going to try to run in there and block this thing. Let's see what happens. Here's the play. They're going to get it away, and it's going to be a line drive spiral that's going to be fielded by Bolin. He's back over the 40 and is going to be tackled at the 45-yard line as he was running without any blocking whatsoever as the Colts were trying to block the kick. And Wayne Bolin does a good job, runs the football out to the 46-yard line. Colts will have it first down and 10 yards to go from their own 46. Need to do something right here, Rich.
Move it downfield and in.
3:48 to go in the third quarter. Colts have tied the football game 7-7. By the way, I'm getting my rhythm back since Larry threw my rhythm off. I want you to know that. All right. Out of the split backfield on first down and 10 yards to go from their own 46-yard line. Chase Maxey looking at a four-man front, straight back in the pocket to throw. Throws it out here complete to Cooper Tyner, and Cooper Tyner runs the football inside of Starkville Academy's territory down to about the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 8 on the play, brings up second down and 2.
We can move the ball in the air against Starkville.
If we can give him protection, he can find his receivers. Chase Maxey has thrown the football excellently all year long.
Has gotten better every game, really.
Coach play cuddle and send Jason Graber wide to the left. Cooper Tyner is in the slot to the left. And out of the I formation, Maxey with Hood close and Turman deep on second down and 2 yards to go. Sprints out to the left to throw again, getting protection, throws the football down. It's going to be overthrown, intended for Cooper Tyner. He had him open, but Chase just missed him. On second down and 2, brings up third and 2. Chase is over here standing about 10 yards from the sidelines talking to Coach Ricky Weiss. Got his play, and he trots into the huddle. Third down and 2 yards to go for the Colts now. Need to get this first down. 2:51 to go in the third quarter. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. Jason Graber comes wide to the left. Cooper Tyner is in the slot to the left. Single coverage on Jason. Single coverage on Cooper Tyner. And they're stacked in there pretty good like they're going to stop the run. And they're blitzing, I can tell you that right now. And Maxey barking out his signal is going to give the football to Turman, and Turman's going to make a nifty little move and going to get close to first down yardage at about the 45-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Going to be short of the first down by about a half a yard.
What would you do?
I think we go for it here, Rich.
Absolutely.
You got momentum. Fourth down and less than a yard to go for the Lee Academy Colts. As we get our wishbone formation into the football game. Second tight end. Chase Maxey steps into the huddle calling the play. Don't need to get a delay of game here. Matt Sanders, all-conference center, leads the offensive line out. And out of the wishbone with Shannon Hood close. Eric Williams and Bradley Gordon deep out of the wishbone formation. Maxey barking out his signals. May run, looks like the quarterback sneaks wide open. And we're going to give the football to Hood. And Hood's going to get the first down as he fights inside of Starkville Academy's 45-yard line to the 43, and he almost broke that.
I'm going to tell you what, that was a proper term, too, Albert, fighting into the across the line there, because that's what he did. He fought it, got 2 yards, first down.
Excellent second effort by Shannon Hood. And Starkville Academy looks a little tired to me as the Lee Academy Colts have controlled the football in the third quarter. 1 minute and 47 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the Colts break cuddle and send Graber wide to the left. Cooper Tyner wide to the right. Starkville's a good football team, Rich.
Very good.
Out of the split backfield, Maxey straight back to throw. Throws it complete out here to Graber, inside of Starkville Academy's 40-yard line to the 38. As they were sending everybody then on a blitz on senior quarterback Maxey. He got rid of it to Graber, and Graber caught it at the 38. Pick up a 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5.
Wing throw on this team, Albert.
If we can get him protection. Ivy Dees checks into the football game for Jason Graber. Made a nice catch on the play. And Ivy Dees goes wide to the left. Cooper Tyner goes wide to the right. And Hood's close and Turman's deep out of the eye. 4-man front for Starkville. They're bringing everybody. And there's the trap play to Shannon Hood. Shannon Hood goes down very close to the 35-yard line at about the 30, let's see what they call it, the 36-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 3. 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. And 3rd down and 3 yards to go for the Lee Academy Colts. As we send Ivy Dees wide to the left, Cooper Tyner's wide to the right, and out of the split backfield, we can run the quarterback sneak for the 1st down.
Yep.
All he's got to do is just run up the middle. And now we shift into the I formation with Hood close. And we sprint out to the right to throw, and throw it out here intended for the tight end, incomplete as he trapped it. And brings up 4th down. 4th down and about 3 yards to go now for the Lee Academy Colts as the football was underthrown. Scott Flowers made a nice effort and almost caught it. He actually did catch it, but it bounced.
Right. Caught it on the first bounce is what they commonly say, isn't it?
4th down and 3 yards to go for the Colts now. We get Eric Williams into the football game for Chris Turman and Chase Maxey. Eric Williams will be deep in the I formation, which means this could be our halfback option pass on the pitch to Eric Williams. And I bet that's what we do, is there in a 4-man front on 4th down and 3. Eric Williams is the tailback, and he's going to throw a pass. I'm going to tell you. Here's a pitch sweep to Williams. Williams is looking, throws the football, had him wide open, and Eric just did not have enough time to get rid of it. So Starkville Academy will take over, 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 36-yard line. At their own 36, with 2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Colt defense needs to stand up one more time and cause another fumble. Let's get a turnover or something. 1st down and 10 yards to go for Starkville from their own 36. I formation for Starkville with wide receivers both ways. Scott Flowers is late getting into the game, and Eric Williams is going to make a nice play out there on the fullback, but going to miss the tackle. And he's going to run out to the 40-yard line to the 45 and going to get close to 1st down yardage. And that youngster's got a cramp. Number 35, that's Reedus, as he's down. Did not get 1st down yardage, 2nd down and 1 as the third quarter comes to an end. The third quarter's over. Lee Academy Colts 7, Starkville Academy 7. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football. On the first play of the fourth quarter, on 2nd down and less than a yard, Starkville Academy completes a pass for 1st down yardage, but they're going to be guilty of holding. And a big break for the Lee Academy coach, as that's a spot foul, and that'll be a 10-yard penalty from back at about their 37-yard line, which is going to make it 2nd down and long for the Lee Academy coach. Maybe this referee sees the holding a little different than every other game we played this year, Rich. That's a 10-yard penalty back to the 28-yard line. And Starkville Academy will have it 2nd down and 18 yards to go from their own 28. So the Colts get a break on defense. Clock is moving in the fourth quarter with 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Wilson's under the center and out of the I formation. Is going to fake. And looking, is going to run the football and going to be tackled after about an 8-yard gain. He's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Cooper Tyner, along with Rybo Eric Williams over there for the Colts. Tackle him after an 8-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 10. Big play for the Colts here on 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Colts containment did not stop him that time. Young quarterback Wilson got to the corner, picked up 8 yards. 3rd and 10. Big tight end's a good target here on 3rd and 10. Number 80, Ryan Smith. As we're going to throw it out here, it's going to be incomplete as they try to throw a little split-end screen out there. Number 7, Mikowski. Football was overthrown, and they get their punting team into the football game. Have they made a first down in the second half, Rich?
They have not.
Colts get Bradley Gordon and Wayne Bolden deep, and the Colts will attempt to run this punt back, and they'll have Reedus into the football game to do the punting.
Did you notice how quick I was on that question?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're lying or if you really know.
And I don't either.
Ryan Smith will be standing punting, and he's standing back at about his 22-yard line. And Wayne Bolden and Bradley Gordon are deep for the Colts, and the kick is a low-line drive kick that's going to be fielded by Wayne Bolden on the dead run. And right up the middle he comes. And Wayne Bolden's at the 40. So Wayne Bolden's at the 30. Wayne Bolden's at the 10. Wayne Bolden's going to score a touchdown. Oh, boy, what a run. Oh, boy, Wayne Bolden. Standing punting, and he's standing back at about his 22-yard line. And Wayne Bolden and Bradley Gordon are deep for the Colts, and the kick is a low-line drive kick. Touchdown! Oh, boy, what a run! Oh, boy, Wayne Bolden runs the punt back. I mean, caught it on the dead run at the 50-yard line. And Bradley Gordon are deep for the Colts, and the kick is a low-line drive kick that's going to be fielded by Wayne Bolden on the dead run. And right up the middle he comes. And Wayne Bolden's at the 40. So Wayne Bolden's at the 30. Wayne Bolden's at the 10. Wayne Bolden's going to score a touchdown. Oh, boy, what a run. Oh, boy, Wayne Bolden runs the punt back. I mean, caught it on the dead run at the 50-yard line. And I mean, never even stopped. And boy, is he fast, Rick.
Boy, he's something. I'm telling you what, just the dead run foot race is what that was.
I mean, he caught it on the dead run and never checked
I
up.
don't think the Volunteers even thought he was going to field the ball. They just kind of stopped and stood there.
He looked like he was running out of my front yard that night. I caught him rolling in my yard. Jason Graber's got it teed up at for the extra point. Chase Maxey will hold. Jack Laney will snap. It's down. It's up. The kick is good. Lee Academy 14, Starkville Academy 7. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football. As the football teed up at the left hash mark at the 40 on the south end of the field, and Reedus, along with McKnight and Majowski, are deep for the Starkville Academy Volunteers, as Wayne Bolden has struck like lightning here for the Lee Academy Colts, and it put the Lee Academy Colts on top 14-0, and Jason Graber gets his best kick of the year. That's going to drive the youngster back to the 10. He's going to slip down. Number 11, Bradley McKenzie. I've been calling him McKnight all night. I hope his mama's not listening.
She's not.
10:48 to go in the football game, and the Lee Academy Colts, I'm telling you, Rich, we're in better shape than they're in.
Oh, no question. I thought we've been in better shape than any football team we played so far.
Colt defense comes onto the football field. Starkville Academy has it first down and 10 yards to go from their own 10. And they break huddle in the I formation. With wide receivers right and left, the Colt defense does not need to have a slip up here. And they're going to give the football to the tailback. And he's going to come right up the middle and going to get good yardage out to the 15-yard line, maybe the 16-yard line. Looked like they were in motion to me. But let's give him 7 on the play. Brings up second down and 3. Boy, is Wayne Bolden fast or what?
It's fast. I'd be fast, too, if I had you chasing me out of my front yard.
I formation for Starkville with wide receivers right and left, and they're going to give it on the trap to the fullback, and he fumbles, and the Lee Academy Colts are not going to get it. Starkville's going to get it. I formation for Starkville with wide receivers right. He fumbles, and the Lee Academy Colts are not going to get it. Starkville's going to get it. But Eric Williams, number 11, put his headgear right on the football, and it squirted it loose. But number 52 for the Starkville Academy Volunteers, that's Byron Garner, fell on it. And we have a timeout on the play.
I tell you, Reedus is hurt again.
Reedus is hurt. The Lee Academy Colts have absolutely pounded that youngster tonight. I'm just going to tell you exactly like it is.
With both fists.
That's not a called timeout. That was a timeout. Look, they're not even coming out to help him get off the field.
He's a big boy.
He's lucky he's going to the right side. And they're in an I formation now. And they have John Layton back at tailback replacing Reedus. And the Lee Academy Colts on third down and 6 yards to go. Starkville Academy is going to call time. Timeout on the field. Colts lead 14-7. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football. Big play for the Lee Academy defense here on third down and 6 yards to go. Wilson's going to give the football. He's going to fake it and going to be looking for his tight end. And he's going to throw it down. It's going to be intercepted and dropped by Cooper Tyner. And there's a flag on the play.
Look like we got another holding penalty or something. I don't know exactly what that call is going to be.
I believe that's going to be pass interference on the Lee Academy Colts. Pass interference on the Lee Academy Colts. That'll be a first down. Good gracious alive, that was a horrible call.
That ball wasn't even catchable.
That was a horrible call, as they have called pass interference on the Lee Academy Colts. And that'll be a 15-yard step off against the Colts, which will move the football out to the 29-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go for Starkville Academy, as the penalty bug has been the Lee Academy's biggest enemy tonight, as the Colts have had some crucial holding penalties. Bradley Rybolt's in the game playing nose tackle now, replacing Matt Sanders, and Kerry Middleton's playing right defensive tackle for the Colts. And straight back to throws Wilson, throws the football. It's going to be caught by the tight end inside of Lee Academy's territory, down to about the 44-yard line before he's brought down by Eric Williams. And a good throw and a good catch from senior quarterback Jonathan Wilson to senior tight end Ryan Smith. And Starkville Academy now is in business inside of Lee Academy territory at the 43-yard line.
Start this drive at their own 10-yard line.
With the help of a pass interference call.
Absolutely.
Wilson under the center. Straight back to throw. Is going to run a draw. And Layton is going to be tackled for a loss. Back outside the 45-yard line to the 46. Richard Lewis and Scott Flowers, Stoney Stonestreet and Eric Williams, all in there doing a good job for the Colts. Bradley Rybolt Loss of about 3 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 13 yards to go for the Starkville Academy Volunteers. They trail in the football game 14-7 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. And Starkville breaks the huddle and sends wide receivers to the right and the left. And out of the I formation, Jonathan Wilson's under the center, barking out his signals on 2nd and 12. Is going to keep it on the option. Now he's going to pitch it to Reedus, and Reedus is going to break 1 tackle and going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 39-yard line, and they're going to give him about 5 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8. Youngsters shaking up for Starkville Academy. Let's make it 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for Starkville Academy now, as they have it 1st down and 10 yards to go from 3rd down and 6 yards to go from Lee Academy's 39-yard line. Matt Sanders is back into the game for the Colts at the nose tackle. Bring out Bradley Rybolt on 3rd and 6. Big play for the Colt defense here. Straight back to throws Wilson, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to be safe and intercepted by Richard Lewis. And Richard Lewis is going to catch the distance all the way for a touchdown. Oh, boy! Rybolt on 3rd and 6. Big play for the Colt defense here. Straight back. Intercepted by Richard Lewis, and Richard Lewis is going to catch the distance all the way for a touchdown. Oh, boy! Richard Lewis intercepted Jonathan Wilson's pass. Bradley Rybolt on 3rd and 6. Big play for the Colt defense here. Straight back to throws Wilson, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to be safe and intercepted by Richard Lewis. And Richard Lewis is going to catch the distance all the way for a touchdown. Oh, boy! Richard Lewis intercepted Jonathan Wilson's pass after a tremendous pressure from Jack Laney caused him to throw it up for grabs. Richard Lewis intercepts it at about the 50 and runs it 50 yards for a touchdown, and the Lee Academy Colts have broken on top 20-7, and I don't think I've ever seen a game that had this many big plays in it.
It's something, I'm telling you. That's probably Richard Lewis's first offensive touchdown.
He scored as many touchdowns as his daddy has now. Chase Maxey has it teed up at the I don't think I've ever seen a game that had this many big plays in it.
It's something, I'm telling you. That's probably Richard Lewis's first offensive touchdown.
He scored as many touchdowns as his daddy has now. Chase Maxey has it teed up at the 10. And Jason Graber will attempt the Lee Academy's 21st point with 8:09 to go in the football game. And the Colts have exploded like a keg of dynamite here. And Graber kicks it up. Good. Graber kicks it good. 21-7 Lee Academy. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy football.
Did I stand up?
Mason Graber has the football teed up at the left hash mark on the 40. Reedus, along with McKenzie and McCaskey, are deep for the Starkville Academy Volunteers, and the Lee Academy has struck like lightning here in the second period of this football game, and that's going to be kicked down to McKenzie, and McKenzie's coming right back up the sidelines, and he's going to be tackled by number 63, Jack Laney, along with number 54, Joey Spinks. And Jack Laney has been all over this football field tonight, as Jack Laney ought to get half that touchdown, as he was all over quarterback Wilson that time, caused him to throw it up for grabs. Richard Lewis caught it at about the 50 and never was headed, as he ran 50 yards in as straight a line to the goal line as you could get for Lee Academy's third touchdown of the second half. Colts on top 21-7, 7:53 to go in the game, and out of the I formation, Starkville Academy gives it to Peterson, and Peterson's into the secondary and runs out to the 45-yard, over the 45-yard line to about the 46-yard line, and runs for about 12 yards and a first down. That was Peterson, the big fullback.
Man, this has been a football game, hasn't it, Albert?
Starkville Academy, you know, it would have been better if Larry Phillips hadn't thrown my rhythm off to start the second half.
Yeah, Larry. But he's redeemed himself.
Fumble the football, and Starkville's going to get it, but barely. And they're going to gain yardage on it out to midfield. And number 50 for Starkville Academy has recovered 2 fumbles for them tonight. That's Clark Coffey.
That might be a planned play. What do you think? Fumble to number 50?
I doubt it. Although they are from Starkville. 7:13 to go.
What does that mean?
In the football game, 2nd down and 6 for the Starkville Academy Volunteers, and Wilson is straight back in the pocket to throw. Throws that, it's going to be tipped up and almost intercepted by Clay Dabbs, and then almost caught by Mikowski after Clay tipped it up in the air. I'd have liked to seen Big Clay intercept that and ramble down the sidelines.
You think he's as fast as Woody? Hello? Albert.
What?
I said, do you think he's as fast as Woody?
I refuse to answer that because he's my boss. 6:59 to go in the football game. Colts are on top 21-7. And out of the I formation, now they shift into the split backfield with Reedus and Peterson, and sprinting out to the right to throw, and the ball is going to be intercepted by Dabbs. And Dabbs intercepted and breaks a tackle. And Clay Dabbs is inside the 40. And Clay Dabbs runs to the Starkville Academy 35-yard line before he's knocked down. Clay Dabbs. And out of the I formation, now they shift into the split backfield with Reedus and Peterson. Run to the Starkville Academy 35-yard line before he's knocked down. left into the split backfield with Reedus and Peterson, and sprinting out to the right to throw, and the ball is going to be intercepted by Downs. And Downs intercepted and breaks a tackle. And Clay Downs is inside the 40. And Clay Downs runs to the Starkville Academy 35-yard line before he's knocked down. Clay Downs caught it and ran the football down to the 35. And now
we call these games, can't we?
And now I answer this question. Yes, he is faster than Woody. And the Lee Academy Colts have got it first down and 10 yards to go from Starkville Academy's 35-yard line, leading in the football game 35-0. I want Chris Turman to score another touchdown. Matt Sanders leads the offensive line out, and timeout is called by the officials for the Heat. This is Lee Academy football. Timeout on the field. Colts 21, Starkville Academy 7. He's right down. He's standing right now. He's in the press box. First down and 10 yards to go for the Lee Academy Colts after the Clay Dabbs interception. And the Lee Academy Colts from just inside Starkville Academy's 34. Maxey sprints out to the right to throw. Looking, throws the football down here. It's going to be knocked down on a nice play by number 11. Maxey sprints out to the right to throw. Looking. Nice play by number 11. That's Bradley McKenzie, and he made a nice play knocking the football down. Chase Maxey was trying to go deep and trying to get that fourth touchdown of the night. And a nice play by number 11 for Starkville Academy prevented the touchdown. The Colts will have second down and 10 yards to go from Starkville Academy's 34-yard line, leading in the game 21-7 after trailing at the half 7-0. Colts have convinced me tonight, Rich.
I tell you what, they're playing like a number 2 team in the state.
Jason Graber is wide to the right. Preston Frazier's in the slot to the right. And out of the I formation, Chase Maxey going to give the football to Turman. Turman's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Going to fight for about a yard, maybe 2 yards on the play. They're going to bring up third down and about 9. Let's give him a yard on the play. Third down and 9 yards to go. Been tough running for little Chris tonight, as he's done most of his running between the tackles. He's 5'7" and 140, and he's running there against some pretty big guys. Third down and 9 yards to go now for the Lee Academy Colts. Scoreboard's wrong again, as it usually is. Coach Bill Hughes running it. Wide receiver right, slot right, and Chase Maxey out of the I formation. Looking at a 4-man front for Starkville Academy. Is going to run the option play and going to pitch it to Turman. And Turman's in the secondary and going to be hit and knocked back and going to fight and going to get down to the 25-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. A pickup of about 8 on that play by Chris Turman as we finally got him to the corner, and he picks up almost enough for first down yardage with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the football game. Colts on top 21-7. .458 and the clock is running. Coach getting a play from Coach Ricky Weiss. Cooper Tyner trots onto the football field with that play from Coach Weiss. Coach break huddle and send Jason Graber wide to the left. Cooper Tyner's wide to the right. on 4th down and just a little less than a yard to go. Chase Max is going to run the quarterback sneak and going to get the first down yardage inside the 25-yard line down to about the 23. And that's where the Lee Academy Colts will have it. First down and 10 yards to go from Starkville Academy's 23-yard line. The youngsters from Starkville Academy are falling like flies out there.
I tell you, it's been a hard ball game.
4:36 to go in the football game. Ivy Dees gets into the game for the Colts, replacing Graber with a play from Coach Ricky Weiss. And I'm sure the Colts here will be content just to try to get this clock run out. Colts send Cooper Tyner wide to the left. Ivy Dees is wide to the right. We've got our backs in an I formation. And they're in a 4-man front, walking up there, and there's almost a 6-man front, basically, with 2 linebackers. Springing to the left to throws Maxey, getting a little bit of trouble. In a little trouble, is going to run the football and going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. As Maxey got to the corner, was pumping the football like he was going to throw it, trying to find an opening to run the football, and he's going to pick up a yard. 2nd down and 9 yards to go for the Lee Academy Colts. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this football game. Lee Academy Colts have done a good job in the second half, but basically on defense, Rich.
Yeah, they really have.
Ivy Dees goes wide to the right. Preston Frazier goes to the slot to the right. And out of the I formation, Chase Maxey's under the center. With Hood close and Turman deep, and we're going to run the option again. We're going to pitch it out here to Turman, and Turman's going to get to the corner. He's going to get inside the 15-yard line down to about the 9-yard line, and we got to have a flag on the play.
Let me guess. Oh, clipping this time.
Clipping against the Lee Academy Colts. Lee Academy Colts are going to be guilty of clipping. And that'll be a 15-yard step off against the Lee Academy Colts from about the 22-yard line. We'll move the football out to about the 37. The Colts have to get to the...
Looks like about the 13.
14-yard line for a first down. So it'll bring up 2nd down and about 23 for the Lee Academy Colts. Graber and Tyner are down here getting a play from Coach Weiss, and they'll come in the football game and replace Preston Fraser and Ivy Dees. Starkville's a tired bunch of youngsters. 3:17 to go in the football game. Colts on top 21-7. Matt Sanders leads the offensive line out. Scott Flowers, the tight end, lined up on the right. We hadn't thrown to him in the second half, except one time. Out of the split backfield against a 4-man front, Maxey is going to sprint out to the left to throw. Going to want a draw play to Turman. And Turman is going to break one tackle, but not going to be able to break a second tackle, as he's going to get to the 34-yard line and going to pick up about 4 on the play. If he could have bounced outside, he could have ran a long way. 3rd down now for the Lee Academy Colts and 20. 2:40 to go in the football game. Colts get Preston Fraser back into the game for Cooper Tyner. Colts play the Pillow Academy Mustangs in the first North AAA game next Friday night at home. We'll be on the air at 7:20. Everybody knows what that football game means. And out of the I formation with Turman deep, and we're going to run the trap to Shannon Hood. Shannon Hood is going to get to the 29-yard line, down to about the, let's call it the 29. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 15 yards to go now for the Lee Academy Colts. Colts will go for this, I'm sure, on 4th and 15 with 2 minutes exactly to go in the football game. The Colts on top 21-7. Big punt return by Wayne Bolin. Big interception return for a touchdown by Richard Lewis. A early touchdown by the offense in the 3rd quarter. And the Colts have put this football game out of reach. On 4th down and 15 now, the Colts will be going for this. And Maxey, looking at a 4-man front, is going to run the trap again to Hood, and Hood's not going to get it. No, he faked it. He faked the ball to Hood and kept it, but it's not going to get much. And the Starkville Academy Volunteers will take over. 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 33. So the Colts are going to win this football game.
A fate not certain at halftime.
But it's been a struggle.
It has been a struggle. They'll move their record to 4 wins, no losses.
Starkville Academy will fall to 3-1. Starkville Academy breaks huddle. And they have a new quarterback in the football game and a whole new backfield. So they've basically given up. Number 11, McKenzie, is the quarterback, gives the football to Layton. And Layton's going to be swarmed under, back at about the 25. They're going to probably give him the 26-yard line. Loss of about 2 on the play, make it 2nd and 12. 48 seconds to go in the football game. We're going to be getting out of here quick tonight. We'll be on the air next Friday night at 7:20 with the Lee Academy Colts versus the always tough, always dangerous Pillow Academy Mustangs.
With a new head coach this year?
Big rivalry for the Lee Academy Colts.
Hank Showers now coaches the Pillow Mustangs.
Hank Showers is coaching from Magnolia Heights.
That's right, many years at Magnolia Heights.
He's the new coach for Pillow Academy. 19 seconds to go in the football game. Clock is running. Colts have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat tonight. McKenzie's got wide receiver left, slot left. He's going to give the football to the fullback, going to keep it, and going to run into the secondary. And McKenzie, on the last play of the game, is going to be tackled at the 44-yard line. The football game is over. Lee Academy Colts defeat the Starkville Academy Volunteers 21-7 with a second half blitz of 3 touchdowns. Colts play Pillow next week. Be on the air at 7:20. Rich, you got anything you want to say?
Good night.
We'll see you next Friday night from Lee Academy. Final score: Lee Academy 21, Starkville Academy 7.